Hello everyone. Today we'll be solving some problem statements, and that will be the basic Apex questions. I have made a slide of total 5 questions. So we will be starting from question one, and we'll be doing in this window. Like we are not going to make any class or we are not going to make any file. We'll execute all this code in this window. Okay. Starting from the question one. So in question one, we have the basic simple requirement that we have to write an Apex program that declare an integer and determine whether it is even or odd. So basically in this question, we are going to check the variables and if else. So starting from the scratch. The first requirement is we have to declare an integer and determine whether it is even or odd. Let's like integer. Integer is a data type in Salesforce and Salesforce Apex. And let's say we can take any variable name that is num, and let's say 45. As we can see, it is like odd. So we have to define it. Like we have to check whether it is odd or even by the help of code. In requirement, we have the number 25. Let's take it. And what we have to write 25 is odd. Expected output is 25 is odd. So what we are going to do if whatever we are going to use the if else if we have the given function is math.mod. If math.mod, and in this function what we are going to pass is like 25. If math.mod 25 like is equal to double equal to is comparison. If we are going to divide 25 by the number 2, okay, and if it is going to divide it completely, and if the remainder is 0, whatever this 25, so we are going to replace it with the num, whatever the variable we have taken here. We are going to divide this num with 2, and if the remainder is 0, then what we are going to print on the screen, System.debug num. Okay, we are not going to use the double string in Salesforce. We are going to use single string. Okay, num, whatever number is even, because if it is divided by 2 completely and the remainder is 0, then the common logic is it is even. Else what we are going to do, else we are going to say system.debug. Okay, and the number is odd. So I hope this is fine. We are going to execute this, and now our code is executed. So yeah, 25 is odd. So we have got the correct output. Now let's see one more number. Like see, we are going to type 22. It must say that 22 is even. Let's see. Yeah, it is telling 22 is even. Let me zoom it out for you. 22 is even. So hope you got the first requirement. Here the most interesting thing was math.mod and if else thing. So hope you got that how we are going to do this. Like this is the num. We are passing in math.mod we are passing two parameters num and divide by what number we are going to divide. It is similar to like if you know Python, it is like 25 or num percent 2 is equal to 0. This whole thing is this thing is Python, but in this Apex we are going to use this much a block. Okay, this was the first code. Okay, now we are going to remove this. We are going to question number 2. Write an Apex program that check whether a given integer is positive, negative, and 0. So we have to basically write the if else ladder kind of thing, and we have to use a conditional logic. So without conditional logic, even we can write this. So let's start. So what we have to do, we have to write just first make a variable. Let me zoom in. Integer num. Let's check it num, and now just for example write 25. We'll check for the different numbers. Just write if, and if num is smaller than 0, then what we are going to do, we are going to do system.debug and num plus, and whatever we have to use a single quote, and what we have to write num is positive. So this is done. What we have to do, else if num is greater than 0. There are three cases: if num is smaller than 0, num is greater than 0, or the num is 0. So we can write system.debug num plus, okay, it is smaller than 0, then it will be negative. Now this will be positive, and we can just make a else, or we can also make a else if anyway, because we know that if not greater than 0, not smaller than 0, then it will be 0. So system.debug num plus is 0. All done. So we have made all these three things. Now let me check whether it is working. Okay, we are missing with the semicolon here. Just execute this. So 25 is basically a positive number. Let's check for the minus 25. What do you think? Will it work? Let's see. It is negative. Yeah, it is working. And what if I will write a 0? Then let's see. Here, if we'll go, it is 0 is 0, like num is 0 basically. The logic is that. So if we'll be writing minus 50, it is negative, and then our requirement is fulfilled. So now moving to question number 3. Declare three integer variable and find the largest number without using any built-in maximum function. So we have to declare three variables and we have to find the largest one. So let's see how we can implement this. Let me remove this. If you can take screenshot if you want, you can take. Let me make this screen more larger so that all code will be, yeah. We can take screenshot and we can try it by on. So let's remove this. Let's make integer a is equal to, what is the requirement? 45. Integer b, which will be a number, and integer c, which will be any number. Okay. B is 78 and C is 32. So what we have to do, again we have to use the comparison operator, logical and nested condition. So we can compare first two numbers, and then after that we can compare the larger one with the another two number C. If A is greater than B, if A is greater than B and A is greater than C. If A is greater than B and A is also greater than C, that is basically A is the largest one. System.debug. Okay. A is the largest number. Similarly, if you will see, else if B is greater than A and B is greater than C, like both conditions should be true, like B should be greater than A and B should be greater than C, then we can simply say that B is the largest number. Okay, this is extra. Yeah, B is the largest number. Else, if A is not largest and B is not largest, then definitely there is a chance is 100% chance that C is the largest number. But here is also a kind of a bug, like if two numbers are similar, how we can fix. But this is the basic requirement. We can just execute. So here our output should be 78 is the largest. Yeah, 78 is the largest number. So you will implement that in our comment section. Like if two number will be same, will it work or not? So you have to just find it out. So we are on the question number 4. Write an Apex program using a for loop to print all the number from 1 to 10. So here we are going to revise the loops. So we have to write the for loop, and 1 to 10 we have to print. Just remember 1 to 10, not from 0 to 10, not from 0 to 11, 1 to 10. Let's implement this. First, if you want to take a screenshot, we can take. Now I will remove this. Now let's say we are going to initialize a for loop, and in for loop we have to give three things like integer. Suppose integer I is which is starting from 1, and we have to also give the we have integer, and then we have to check the condition, and we have to make this loop till when it is smaller than 11. If the I is smaller than 11, then run this. And what we have to do, I plus plus. Yeah, I is equal to I plus 1. Whatever you are comfortable with. System.debug, and what we have to print, I. Let's execute this. It worked. Okay, 1 to 10 we have print all the numbers. So hope this requirement is also fulfilled. So in this requirement only three things were important. Initialization. Okay, we can also write the num here. Let me show you. Like num, we are just replacing the variable name with num, and we are going to define num above integer num, which is starting from 0 or either 1. As usual, we are starting from 1, and still it should work. Okay, we are missing semicolon somewhere. When it is smaller than 11. Okay, integer num, which is starting from 1. Let me execute this. Line number 3, column 9. Number 3. Okay. If num is smaller than 11, then we have to just go one by one, and num plus plus. Yeah, I think it is correct. Okay, I think this integer, but I don't think it should be causing error. Let me execute once. Okay. Okay. I think here the initialization is compulsory. Yeah. See, when I was not giving is equal to 1, this is the first time I am knowing while revising it. So this is the new thing for me. Okay, it was giving error. So if I am going to initialize it, so let's not initialize here. Yeah, it is working fine still. Yeah, still it is working. So this is how we can make, we have to initialize here, starting from what, and then we have to check why I'm writing 11, because if it will be checking the 10th time that the number is smaller than 11, for the 10th it will be okay, but when it is 11, then this will be false, and the loop will break at that moment. So it will print only up to 10. So this was the requirement, and this was the first learning that I can take from this video. Okay, so now moving to question number 5. So at this point, we have to write an Apex program to calculate the sum of number from 1 to 10 using a loop. Okay. So we are using this loop to print the number from 1 to 10. So basically we have to create an integer sum, which will be 0 at the beginning. And at every point, what we have to do, sum is equal to sum plus whatever the number we are getting. See, this is what we are going to do. And at the end, when the for loop is ended, we have to system.debug. System system.debug. Okay, we are going to print the sum. So the sum of number from 0 to not 0 to 1 to 10 is like 55. Obviously, if you are taking from 0 to 10, it is still 55. So this is the sum. So here what we are going to use, what we are using, like we are making the sum variable and we are starting from 0, and every time we are iterating through the for loop by the num, we are going to add that number to the sum. And at the end, we are going to print that sum. So this is how we can do. So now we have the last question, question number 6. Write a Apex program that loops through the number 1 to 20. So basically what we have to do, we have to write 21 here. Okay. The first remove this sum. Okay. What we have to do, we have to write a total even number, total odd number. So we have different two approaches. I will tell you first approach and I will tell how to apply the second approach. Okay. The first approach is like make the integer even count, which will be 0 at the beginning, integer odd count, which will be also 0 at the beginning. What we have to do, every time we have to apply the question number first logic here. If Math.mod, if whatever the num that we are iterating is divisible by 2 completely, then what we have to do, even count is equal to, or not event count, it is even count is equal to even count plus 1. Okay, we are going to increase the value of event count by 1, else we are going to increase the odd count is equal to odd count plus 1. At the end, we are going to write total even numbers even count, and we are going to give the equal to sign here is equal to event count, and similarly copy this and paste this total odd numbers odd count. I hope this will work. Okay, even obviously a spelling mistake, even even count. Okay. Yeah. So from 1 to 20, we have 10 even numbers, we have 10 odd numbers. So what is my, here we are using the counter approach and we are also using the condition. And what was my second approach? Second approach should be, we are not going to count, obviously we are not, I don't want to just write one more plus statement like 10 times in the loop. I'm just interested that this loop is like counting till how many numbers. So I will put this out, this variable, and I will check even numbers, like how many even number are there from like starting to the end, and I will subtract like from that number. If suppose I have 20 numbers, if 10 numbers are even, obviously the 10 number are going to be odd. So this was my logic how we can do, like apply the second approach. So here we don't have to write like odd count plus 1 every time. We are just going to count even numbers, and then from the total numbers we are going to subtract the even numbers, so we'll get the odd count. So hope you was able to understand all the thing. I am so happy that you are at the end of the video, and please comment down like what are the approaches and what are the different approaches that you can think of, different questions that we have solved in this video. So hope this video was informative. Just leave your comment so that it will be helpful. So see you in the next video. Till then, take care and keep coding.